Hi everybody, it's Cameron Phillips and welcome back to EV Exclusive. Today we have a unique treat for you. From the tall trees and the beautiful landscape around me, you can probably already tell that we are back in South Surrey, White Rock to tour an exceptional home. This is not your average property. This is a log home that looks like it was plucked straight out of Whistler and brought here to South Surrey. This property is listed by the Whitestone Property Group of England Volkers Ocean Park. This home is 6,300 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms. Let's head inside and take a tour. So before we get started on this tour, I want to mention something that I think about quite often when we film these videos. You hear square footage, you hear bedrooms and bathrooms, but what I really find about these luxury or unique properties that we showcase for you here on YouTube is the feeling that a home like this brings to you as you come through the door. And I've been in a lot of properties both for this tour as well as for my profession as a real estate advisor. And there's very few that I've walked into that feel quite like this. This is incredible. Behind me, you'll notice the full floor-to-ceiling river rock wood burning fireplace that is crackling away on this brisk October day. You can just imagine sitting in here all winter long, enjoying a glass of whiskey, watching the fire crackle, and looking out at your gorgeous views that we'll come back to later on when we explore the patio, but you're gonna have to wait for that a little bit. This is a place that you want to relax, you want to have company over for, and you want to show off because truly, most people have never seen anything like this. To my left, you have room for a full lounge setup, and it really showcases why this room is not just a living room, it's a great room or a grand room. You'll see the log construction, and what I want to point out is that this was actually built from lumber in the interior of British Columbia. It was all built and then brought into place here and constructed in 1978. And you'll even notice these half planks for all of the staircases, the big timber beams. This is not just a facade log home. This is actually a timber constructed home. Right up these stairs is another great area, but before we get there, let's follow through the flow of how you'd actually entertain guests in this home, which leads us into the dining room. Let's come take a look. So I just mentioned how this was not a faux log home, but it's actually really constructed with timber. And nothing shows that more than walking through the archway that is cut right through the logs that separate the different areas of this home. And that's what you'll find throughout as well, that there's an openness, but there also is kind of a division, which makes for that coziness, it makes for that separation of space, and overall leads to the functional floor plan that gives you great entertaining space with those private bedroom nooks. Into the dining room now, you'll notice the light coming in these windows. What I love about South Surrey is that the trees, the landscaping, everything is so lush out of every window. And so you have these gorgeous wood tones in here, and you look out and see the beautiful green grass, the tall green trees. It feels like that indoor-outdoor mix in a really unique way, because how many homes have you been in where you're surrounded by lumber everywhere on the inside? But it just kind of works here. And even today you'll see the light coming in. It's just a gorgeous place to entertain. Immediately to my left is the kitchen. Speaking of entertainment, we're right off of the 1,000 square foot outdoor space, which we'll come back to later, but it's all centered around this giant oversized island that features the cooktop right in it. In this kitchen, you have all the modern comforts of everything you need to host a great dinner party, and there's even additional space. You could put a breakfast nook or a breakfast bar in the space as well. Now, just to the right, you'll notice another transition zone. This is what I was saying about the home feels open but also divided at the same time, but in a way that works and feels practical. Behind me is the secondary living room and heading into the bedroom wing. So come follow me through another one of these fabulously deep archways, and let's check out the secondary living room, or family room if you will. Here is this Woodsman wood burning stove. Look at this thing. This is one of the original wood burning stoves where you could actually cook or boil water right on top of this surface as it heats up with the fire inside. And apart from it being practical and a working fireplace, it's just a statement of beauty that runs testament to the overall design and feeling of this home. Behind me, again, more windows open to the expansive green outdoors and room for large TV. This is where your friends are hanging out when you're in the kitchen cooking. It really feels connected, but a little bit separated. Behind me is the first bedroom on this floor, currently being used as a home office, and being at the front of the property, and because there are 5 bedrooms, I'd probably do the same because it's a great size to have a generous desk setup, some storage, and to be able to work and watch the world go by in the front of your property. Behind me is something you're definitely gonna wanna see. Here is your own private, personal cedar sauna. Look at how gorgeous this is. There's a live edge across the front. There's the timber of the home in the back. This is luxury. And of course it's off a bath, so you can have your shower in here. And you'll notice this is the old meets new of this property. The original 1978 timber exterior of the home, as well as the 2018 renovated modern components. And it creates that great livable yet character that so many of us want, right? Nothing exemplifies that more than this space above me. The skylight offers beautiful ambiance in this room. We have an old wagon wheel chandelier, the cow print rug. I feel like we just stepped into an old Western movie, which makes me realize this home has so many vignettes, which is what I was trying to get across when I was talking about the separation yet the openness of this home. The great room is a vignette, the kitchen dining is a vignette, and this bedroom wing is its own vignette. This just feels like you've stepped back in time. It feels charming, it feels wonderful, and it leads right to the primary bedroom, which is behind me. So come take a look. What's fun about having a home with so much character like this is that you can let the walls, literally the walls of the home, do a lot of the talking and furnish it in a way that brings in simplicity and modernity, and that is what's happening here. We have this simplistic but dramatic modern bed set against the timber walls of the structure, and it just feels so unique yet timeless at the same time, and that is what's offered here in this primary suite. Of course, you have expansive length and width, you have views off to the private backyard as well as the patio, and an ensuite bathroom with expansive built-in closets. Come take a look at this. You'll notice the attention to detail in this closet system. This isn't your standard built-in. This is solid wood in the most beautiful deep walnut shade, and it just makes the perfect place to not only store your clothes, but to display them. And not to mention, the clawfoot tub is pretty fabulous. With that being said, that wraps up the main level. Let's head upstairs, check out the additional bedrooms, as well as the bonus media space. Come take a look. So earlier I mentioned that this lumber came from Williams Lake, which is in the interior of British Columbia, and it was manufactured by a timber group where they actually build the home on site, they disassemble it, and they ship it here to the Lower Mainland to reconstruct it in its final resting place. What's interesting though, is that for this particular site, we're located up quite a hill from the main road. And when they came down with the lumber trucks, the logs were too long to successfully navigate that incline up the hill. So they had to build a private road at the back of this 1 acre property in order to be able to get the lumber to site. Apparently it almost bankrupted the company that actually built the home, but the result obviously is fabulous. And it leads us to the upper level. What you'll notice in the upper level, which of course is amazing, is the vaulted ceilings. We make use of a skylight here again, which brings the outdoors in. The light, the feel, the ambiance of this room is just fantastic. This would be a great kids room, a great guest bedroom, and it just feels different because of these vaulted ceilings. So in this room, you'll notice there's a large private balcony off the side, which leads to the beautiful front yard. And actually, there are 2 more bedrooms on this level that have their own balconies looking out to the ocean, the beautiful views that we get on the hill where this property is located. There's also a bathroom on this floor, of course, but the other thing that I really want to show you is right behind me. This is one of the most special places of the home in my opinion, so come take a look. So now this is the multifunctional space that makes every home really fit for whether it's a family or a couple who loves to entertain or grandparents or whoever it may be. This is what makes it practical. And let me tell you why. We are up that gorgeous flight of stairs from the great room, and this to me is the extension of that great room, but the upstairs version. One of the things the owner was mentioning to me is that one time they had a function that was so large, they had 35 people sat at tables for dinner, all in this grand space, and they had the cocktail reception all in the lower great room. Talk about a use of space and the things that are afforded to you in this home. And just to make it even more clear, you can stand at this railing and look over your beautiful log home with 22-foot high ceilings, British Columbia timber, river rock, gorgeous aesthetics. There's really no place like this. With that being said, there is actually one more thing that takes this place to the next level that I haven't shown you yet. So follow me down the stairs and let's take a look at the 1,000 square foot, you heard me right, 1,000 square foot deck off of the great room. Come follow me. So like every great property, this property has a name, which I haven't shared with you yet. And the name is the Peak View Chalet. And there's a reason for that. Remember when I told you the story about the lumber coming up the hill and it couldn't quite make it? That hill exists directly behind me, and it affords us a beautiful view off to the northwest, including views of Vancouver's North Shore Mountains, the ocean, and farm fields. It is a gorgeous view on a gorgeous estate piece of land. You'll see the 1 acre slopes down the hill with a variety of trees, grassy area, and directly below me is a 3-car garage. One of the other things worth mentioning is that also below me is a full 1-bedroom suite with a large bonus room that could either be connected to the house or fully detached if you wanted to rent it out or have families stay there. This property is so much more than just what you see on the surface. Like I said, you have that history, that character of the log home, but you also have the modern touches that truly make it an outstanding property. And with that, that concludes my property tour of this wonderfully unique home here in South Surrey. This property is listed by the Whitestone Property Group of Engel & Volker's Ocean Park, and for all the additional information, click the link in the description of this video to find everything you need. While you're there, make sure to give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment down below your favorite part of this property. My name is Cameron Phillips. I'm a real estate advisor with Engel & Volker's Vancouver. It has been my honor to showcase this property for you today, and I'll see you next time. Bye. We're back in South Surrey, White Rock. I feel a little tongue-tied today. Is a fully built log home. To my left, you have a full area for lounge seating, and it really brings into not question. So I just mentioned how this was not a faux lumber. What is it called? Log home.
Log home.
Oh my God! Wait. Let me try this whole thing again.
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, scrap that whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. But it might not think that. But you might not think that. Not it might not think that. Pronouns. So this is a... Wait, never mind.
Okay, ready, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wait.
Oh. Wait.
Which part of the property surprised you the most? The most.
Okay.
I'll just do the like and...
Okay.
Or the whole thing.
Yeah, whole thing. Yeah.
Okay.